Welcome into a special edition of Scotties Sports Talk as we preview the women's basketball team in preparation for the hoop season to tip off soon. The women's basketball team will be tipping off on November the 1st at home against University of St. Mary's JV. I'll chat with head coach BJ Smith and a few of the players as we'll preview the women's basketball upcoming hoop season. Welcome into Scottie Sports Talk Special Edition, a little preview of women's basketball. The season is almost upon us, and Mike Smith now joined by head coach BJ Smith. Coach, first off, congratulations on another successful year last year, and I won that maybe finished a little bit earlier than I know you and the gals hoped it to be. Wanted to go to the national tournament, but looking back to last year, how successful did you think it was?
Well, you look back, and one of the issues we have here, our expectations are always so high, and unless you get to that national tournament and win that last game, you're always disappointed. We did a lot of great things. Our sophomores had a good 2-year career here at Highland, both as students and basketball players. Sonia Vukov was the one that everybody remembers the most, but Cheyenne Tramble, who hurt that ACL, moved on to the Division I level. Jamaica Dow, who got her degree here, is playing Division I basketball, and all those girls are doing something. So it was a good season, and I remember my first year we were 28-4, and I could have ran for mayor, and last year when we went 28-4, we were all pretty disappointed. We got beat by the national runner-up. That's just, our region is so difficult. Every team in our region is ranked in the top 20 last year. You got to be good to get out of there.
Mariani, of course, De Carvalho coming back this year, is second-team All-American and kind of spearheads the gals coming back. But talk about the experience that you have, returning.
Well, we've got 3 starters. Obviously, Nani's the one that everybody remembers. But Blaze Burgess probably is more important to us as a returning point guard. For us, when our point guard is good, we have a better chance. That's what made us really good last year is we had Cheyenne back, and Blaze is a much better player as a sophomore. And then also Nikki Ramalho, who's back, is a much better sophomore. She brings a lot of experience, and all those kids started at one point throughout the season, and that helps us. We've got a couple of transfers that we hope their experience makes them not like freshmen, because freshmen are a lot of work. Sydney Brindley will be big for us. She gives us a kind of a typical post for us, which somebody can step out and shoot it. Physical, runs well. Brittney Sidwell is another transfer from Northwest Florida and went to Sam Houston out of high school. Very, very athletic, can score and does a lot of stuff. She's got to be more consistent with some stuff, but she's another one that should be a big factor for us this year. And all those kids are capable. You just got to do it on game day.
Freshman group, what do you expect from those gals coming in?
A lot of mistakes, a lot of learning. Keandra White, she's probably the furthest ahead, and if we started today, would start for us. But those things change so much. And there's 2 or 3 others, Deja, Tamia, they're all going to be a factor down the stretch. The big key is getting them through those, when they start to kind of level out, and they want to get comfortable, and we've got to constantly take them out of that comfort zone.
Looking at this season, I know that you like to play with a faster pace and such, and play some pressure defense as well. Is that kind of the game plan rolling into the year?
Well, yeah, we don't want to press unless the clock is running, and we don't want to pick them up any sooner than when they get off the bus or the van. But I try not to get in the way and give them as much as I think they can handle. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, predictions for Jayhawk Conference has been released, and I know you picked second behind Johnson County, who's been a team that you've battled with over the years now. And do you take any solace into that?
In all honesty, I don't. And so, in the end, our region is the absolute toughest region in the country. You think about 3 years ago, KCK finished 3rd in the conference in the region, and then won a national title. Last year, Fort Scott finished dead last in the conference, and they were ranked top 20 and beat a lot of Division I JUCOs. And so, there's any of those 5 teams in our conference could win it. But I know our conference is absolutely the toughest conference in the country. A lot of good players. It'll be a tough road. We'll worry about winning that first game before we even get worried about the second one at this point.
No doubt. You got practice, of course, going on, and you're getting ready for the season, and you open up here relatively soon. Coach, best of luck.
Thank you.
And looking forward to it.
Appreciate it, Mike.
BJ Smith, women's basketball head coach, here on the special edition of Scottie Sports Talk. Mike Smith now here with Bree Tidwell. Bree, of course, will transfer in as a sophomore to Highland Community College to play basketball, and most recently played down in Florida, of course. But what have you so far, in practice, taken away to get prepared for the season?
Just defense, mostly. Defense and working on my right hand, getting held, make sure we jump into the ball, being intense the whole time, stuff like that. And being patient on offense and moving the ball and getting good shots and not taking bad shots.
How important is that, and how crucial is that to be able to get those scrimmages and live game action, be able to kind of fill out your teammates a little bit?
I think it's really important because you kind of it's different, playing against other people with the teammates versus just in practice playing against each other. So it's nice to see how we work together as a team, and I think that's really important. That way, we can get better and better each time.
John Scottie was picked number 1 in the rankings. You guys were picked number 2 as far as the conference picks. But when you look at the competition that you're going to get to play in the Jayhawk Conference, what do you like about that? What do you like looking forward to?
I like that we weren't ranked first, that we were ranked second. So we'll handle that on the court once we play Johnson County.
No doubt, of course, it is on a year-in and year-out basis, pretty tough competition. Any personal goals for you coming into the season?
Personal goals is just finish out the season strong. Just being able to do anything I can to help my team win.
All right, thanks, Bree, for taking the time.
Thank you.
Now joined by Blaze Burgess. Blaze, you come back obviously with some experience for the women's basketball team and at the point guard spot, which Coach obviously is a key upon ball handling. And so how have you been able to take that leadership, your role maybe this year as you get into practice so far and preparation for the season?
I know what BJ expects as being a player and being on and off the floor. So I think I did pretty well.
I brought up the fact that you're a point guard, obviously, so you kind of know what it obviously expects out of that role too, and how crucial it is.
Yes, it's very challenging, especially with BJ. He has a lot of expectations that he looks up for you to do on the floor, as well as talking to the other players and making sure that they know what they're doing as well.
Coming into the season, you got any personal goals that you kind of set for yourself? I'm
trying to break the 3-point record this year. I hit 7 for 9, and I think it was 8. So I definitely want to beat it this year.
You got other gals that are back as far as leadership goes too. How crucial is it to have those gals back with you?
It's very crucial. It helps out a lot, especially with Nicole, me, Nani, and Nicole and Duda, us 4 only being the 4 returning, so we're very versatile to be able to talk to the underclassmen that are new this year.
Well, Blaze, best of luck this season, and thanks for taking the time.
Thank you.
Blaze Burgess. Mike Smith now joined by Sydney Brittney. And Sydney, you of course transfer in here to Highland as a sophomore now. You played at Crowder College, I believe, and you did pretty well there. 6 points per game, around 7 boards per contest as well. But what do you think about Highland?
Since I've been here, I've improved my shot, I've improved my footwork. I wanted to get better. That was my ultimate goal, and I knew where I was at. I wasn't going to get there, so I came to this program.
As I was asking some of the other girls, the action as we get into the action a little bit, but getting the game action probably definitely beneficial before, actual games matter.
Yes, we get to see what we really need to work on. Like in practice, we kind of know what we're doing. The offense knows, defense knows. And whenever we get into scrimmages, we just kind of get to go and see what we have.
What's it like with your teammates? You have other sophomores that were already here in the program. They kind of showing some leadership in everybody?
Yeah, if we have questions, they're always there to answer them. They've been very beneficial and helped us out in many areas. All
right, well, Sydney, best of luck with the season coming up. Looking forward to watching the team and you play, and thanks for taking the time. Mariani Carvalho now joining us here, and Nani, you of course are back now here this season with Highland Community College. What are you looking forward to the most this upcoming year?
I think I'm looking forward to going to the Nationals. Yeah, like last year I got a little bit upset because I didn't get what I wanted to, because I got like second team. I should got first team if we went to the Nationals. So how's
that adjustment coming? Being here in America and adjusting to basketball here, but life in Highland as well.
Oh, it's so better. Like last year, my first month here, it was awful. I couldn't talk, I couldn't do anything, and like I like to be a leader, so now that I talk, it's so better.
Ask the girls about the scrimmages that you've had so far this season. How crucial is that, and how critical maybe to get a little bit of experience with some of the newcomers, getting to play a little bit of game action.
Yeah, I thought it was like good scrimmage against iOS, and I thought they were gonna beat us, but we did pretty good.
Well, Mariana, thanks for taking the time, and best of luck this season. Looking forward to seeing you play.
Thank you.
Mariana Carvalho. Chatting with a few of the Highland Community College women's basketball players after practice, joined now by Cameron Lemon, Nicole Hamalio, Maria Duda Alcantara, along with Keandra White, Tamina Victor, and Deja Perel, while Mariani De Carvalho, Sydney Sellers, and Michaela Palmore also join us. Of course, I'll start off with Nicole. Nicole, you're a sophomore. You come back and you have some experience along with a few of the other gals as well. But I wanted to ask you about your leadership role. What's it like to be relied upon as an upperclassman coming into the season?
So as a sophomore, it is much easier for me because I know what I have to do on the court, so I can help my teammates, and I can help on communication. That is something we really need on the court.
Duda, of course, you were here as well last year and redshirted, so you got the opportunity to practice with the team. And how do you take that year that you learned and now, of course, put it to the court this year?
I try to remember everything he said, every mistake the team made last year, and don't do it this year. And it feels good to be a support for the other girls, for the freshmen, so they come up to us and ask us questions, and it feels good to know what we were saying.
I think the adjustment is hard, but we got all our sophomores are very helpful. So they instead of just being mad and stuff, they kind of show us what to do. And it's just hard adjusting to doing certain stuff you're not used to doing.
Cam, you come in, of course, obviously as a freshman, and how have you kind of fit in so far here with the program?
Fitting in was easy. All the sophomores made it very easy for me. It was just knowing what Coach BJ wanted and getting to it right away.
Well, it's definitely something new. It's hard. It's the hardest thing I've ever done. But it's just a mentality. It's a process. So you just got to keep pushing no matter what.
Coming into the season, you got any personal goals, that you kind of set for yourself?
I think there's different goals every day. You never know what's going to happen. I mean, one day my shooting's off. I got to work on shooting, but then the next, your shooting's great. Then you got to work on ball handling. So it just depends on the day, what goal you want to set for yourself.
Well, ladies, thanks for taking the time after practice, and looking forward to the season coming up.